So the last time around, I did this interview with an astrologer about gifting and auspicious gifts and gifts that we should avoid gifting people. There were a lot of comments where people wrote, can clocks and watches be gifted? And that's my next question to you, because there are some people who say that Kal is, time, and time is Shani, and some say that clocks are sun. So I want you to answer which planet represents a clock or a watch, and if it's auspicious to gift it amongst family or friends, or even your spouse for that matter.
Now, when it comes to clocks and watches, I would give you this answer in three pieces. Traditionally, clocks and watches were analog. And when you look at, there was intricate detailing inside the clocks and watches. If you open a watch or a clock, you will see the mechanism inside, how everything is moving. So it is movable things inside. That was watches and clocks were a representation of Ketu. I say, why Ketu? Anything that you have to look from a microscope, then it is Ketu. Anything that you are looking far off, like a telescope, that is Rahu. So Rahu is associated with all atmospheric astronomy, stars, planets that you see from a telescope, that is Rahu. What you see, which is microbes, and many things that is there, like lab, you go to a lab and you do testing using a microscope, that is Ketu. Now, when you look at, if you have gone to a watchmaker or a watch repairer, he has got this one small thing, he puts his eyes and he looks deeper inside, and then he takes precision equipments and he starts, removing the battery. He will say, this is gone, that is. So he's using something like a microscope, which is because he has to enlarge the thing and he has to see it. So Ketu has been given as for an analog clock and analog watches. If you open the watch, you will see the intricacies of how the mechanism is working. But digital today, everything is Rahu. Digital clocks are Rahu. Now, when you're giving somebody a watch or a clock, you're activating Shani, Saturn. You're giving Shani. Why? Ka-ala. The word Kala is Ka. Ka means it's a name for Brahma, who is the universal creator. Then A in between is Vishnu, who is the maintainer and the preserver. La stands for Laya or Samhara, which is Rudra, annihilation, dissolution, destruction. So the word Kala is Ka is Brahma, A is Vishnu, and La is Rudra, the dissolution. So Kala is connected to Shani. And who is the overlord of Shani? Mahakal. Mahakal is Rudra, Shiva. He is above Kala also. So when you're offering somebody a timepiece, that means you're offering them something that you say value your time. If the person doesn't value their time and he puts to best use their time, then the gift that you are given is going to backfire on you, because it is Shani you're offering. Imagine if that person becomes a better human being, he changes his times and he starts making better. See, time is moments. Time is not a clock or a watch. It is a measurement of a unit. So it's the moments that we are measuring. So I would say, if you're giving them a digital clock, which is today is Rahu, if you're giving them an analog clock or a watch, which is, which we have the fineness of how the things will operate, that is Ketu. But in general, when you're offering somebody, you're giving them Shani. Now, even within an analog clock, what you see is the hour hand and the minute hand. The hour hand is the sun, the minute hand is the moon. They are always moving, and there is a tithi. That is a tithi. What tithi means is an interaction between the sun and the moon. So when you're giving an analog clock, then you're also giving in some way with Saturn, you're giving the sun and the moon also to them. So if somebody is not going to put to best use this, then it is you are giving them something which they don't value, which is time. Then your times can go bad. If they are using the timepiece to do some activities which is not something which is going to manifest well for them, then it is definitely not a best gifting piece, I would say, because you are giving them all of these elements. So instead of that, what you do is you can give them gift cards. Let them make a choice of buying their own, clock or watch they want to buy. You have Titan, Citizen, you can go there, you can get a gift card and let them make a choice of what timepiece they want to buy. So you are not buying a time and you're giving them the timepiece. It's better you give them as a gift card. That is better than a better choice that I would say in today's times. Let them make the choice because then they hold the karma. If you are giving them something, then see, there are two ways. You are not only giving them a timepiece, but you are also giving them, an energy. See, gifting has to be very, very careful. What you accept, with what intention it was given. See, today's times, when you accept a gift, you don't know the intention of certain people. Friends can come, relatives can come and give. But what are the emotions they're holding when they're giving you? Do they want something back? Sometimes gifts are also given to earn favors from people, isn't it? So, matlabi hote hain log kabhi kabhi. But when you're giving some gift with love and devotion within your close circle of people that you appreciate, even you can give a clock, you watch, anything. Intentions really matter. That's why you should not accept gifts from anybody that you do not know, but always only take it from those people or gift to those people that you treasure and you love. So intentions are more important in nature than the gift itself. People who are in the celebrity industry, Venus and Rahu, they need. Without Rahu, they cannot operate. Anybody see Rahu is the in the past, you do not, you must be aware, it used to be a role, a negative role which used to play. If you go to a cinema, you can hear the sound, the role being, the reel, and they used to change the thing. That was Rahu. And movies are always released on a Friday, which is Venus. Entertainment world over, everybody releases movies on Fridays, not any other day. Everybody thinks it is because it's a weekend is coming and that's why. No, it is about Venus. So perfumes are very good. If there is, perfume is purely Venus, but if it has any kind of alcohol in it, then it will be Rahu will be activated. But Venus and Rahu is a good energy because Venus is Shukracharya and Rahu is his guru is Shukra. So Venus and Rahu is good for prosperity because Venus is Lakshmi. But what I would say is perfume gifting is a good culture, is what I feel. It is not about giving Rahu. But by giving things away as a gift is okay. Don't give it. It's not a dan. Remember, the dan is charity. Gift is different. You can also gift, Venus by giving, bed linen. Bed linen is also pillow covers and your bed sheets and things like that. This is also Venus.
So when I did a episode where I interviewed this astrologer, he was of the opinion that Rahu is a very one-sided energy and it comes from your paternal lineage. And he was saying that we should strictly avoid gifting Rahu-related items, even if it is in perfumes.
I would say when you're giving it as a gift to somebody that you treasure, you're giving them fragrance, which is also Prithvi Tattva. You're giving fragrance, I told you, is earth element you're giving. And Rahu behaves very well earth element. Mercury signs is where he becomes very strong. This is my personal view. Everybody can have their own viewpoints. I think there is no problem in gifting perfumes because not all perfumes will have element of alcohol in it. Perfumes are usually given as gifts since time immemorial. Okay,
Right.
so you can definitely give fragrances. Deities have been given fragrances, what is called as musk. Musk is kasturi, we call it, kasturi mrag.
Is sandalwood moon or is it Rahu?
There is a specific form of sandalwood which is called as sarpachandan. Now, there is sandalwood trees in the deep forest which grow very high under the sandalwood trees because they form a big canopy. A lot of serpents live under the roots of the tree because it's very cool during the summer times. That kind of things are called as sarpachandan. Chandan is sandalwood. That sandalwoods, and burning filings of that is an excellent remedy for Rahu. Not all kinds of sandalwood is a Rahu. Only this particular form of sandalwood where serpents are going to be under the roots of that tree. So those are found in the deep forests of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and Kerala in India. You have seen that movie, which was the movie Pushpa. The recent movie became very popular. So they are sandalwood smugglers. You can see they're going into deep forest, very high trees. Those are Sarpachandan.